let's talk about Elyse. So, in order to talk about the story of this song and how it came to be, full disclosure, I wrote and released this song once some years ago in 2018, 2019. Hold on. So this is my album, this is my name, and this is a track list. You see, it's number 4 in its focus, and then again number 9. So this song has been released in 2015 to 2019. So this is a long time ago. But I was never that much attached to the version of the song that I released in the album for a number of different reasons, and I'm going to talk about them right now. First and foremost, many years ago, I had the opportunity to travel to France, to a city, or I think it's a city, near Paris called Châteauroux. And in it, there was a music festival. I was there representing the old country, and it was fun. I had my guitar with me, and I would go on to be known during the festival as the famous guy, because for some weird reason, every day, every other day, there was something that that would involve me. A radio interview, a television event, like things like that. And probably it's because I was the only person in our group there who was there with their second album. I had already written first one, and that was my second French album. So I was like this crazy youth, full of folly individual. It was interesting. And I remember my hotel room, the windows would open to the train station there. It was very interesting because I grew up in a metropolitan city pretty much all my life, and the concept of trains at the time for me was very novel. And so every time a train would pass and like the ground would shake, it was interesting. On the other hand, like on the other side of the hotel room, the other window would open to the city's only massive cathedral. And so it was either the church bells or the trains passing by. Interesting, very interesting image. And for some reason, I mean, we were there, I believe I think it was in August, I think. And it was rainy, like pretty much 7-8 days. And I love rain. Rain and we go a long way. And so the whole ambiance inspired me to start writing my third album just after having released my second album there. Even though I would finish the first song many years later, this concept stayed with me. On the last day of my trip, in order to come back home, I needed to go back to Paris and then fly back home. I found myself walking in a very strange looking park. It was like a big vegetation, beautiful, and for some reason it was very empty. Nobody was there. And I looked around, and there were these massive trees, benches. They all seemed very royal and ornate and classy. And there were these large statues around us. And I looked around, and I realized I was at the time just a few steps away from the Champs-Elysees, the big famous French street with the Arc de Triomphe on one side and the Eiffel Tower on the other. You know, the big one, right? And it was immediately inspiring for me to look at all of these things and say, you know what, I think, what would the person who was building or who was sculpting this statue think? Like, what was going on through their mind? And so this idea of a statue maker creating a statue that is so beautiful where they would fall in love with the creation, like the idea of a creator creating something and falling in love with the creation. I don't think it's a novel thing. I don't believe it's a novel thing. But it was really captivating for me because, like I said, I was at the time extremely creative. This was a little while before the Great Depression. And so I just kept writing, and I decided to name one of the statues for myself, which I was looking at. Elyse. I think I should go to Paris one day and just revisit this statue if I can find it. And this is a short version of the story, but the long version of it, of how I released it, but it was never something I wanted. For that, we need to go back in time again, but a few years after the whole statue thing. When I got back home, I was a legal musician, and I decided to really use this passion, really use this newfound position of, I guess you could call it, power, to try to educate people around me. I've always looked at myself as a storyteller, as an artist, even when I'm teaching, which I'm a teacher, by the way. I don't know if you know this or if you've known this, but I am a language teacher. I am an applied linguist, and so I've always tried to find opportunities to talk about languages and teach. You see, in our country, any and all music-related or art-related, all art-related affairs need to pass through government censorship and government filtering. And again, I don't want to talk about politics. This is a rule there. If you want to legally work, if you want to be an official artist, you need to pass your art through so many legal tunnels. Obviously, when you're dealing with a foreign language, you're dealing with translations, contexts, notions, etc., etc. So explaining that this is a song about a statue maker who falls in love with a statue, this being in a religious-focused country or religion-focused country, this bordered on idolatry. It's so many things that I just don't want to get into it. And so I had to dumb down the song I really wanted to publish just to be able to publish it. And I remember even when we were practicing the song, when we were rehearsing it for the show that never happened, I asked the band just this is not supposed to be a happy song. We were supposed to be sad right now, and we did that.
Pour toi, je crée des histoires, je crée un monde et on en laisse personne entrer.
And when I arrived here, when I arrived to Strasbourg, and I decided to very, very slowly work towards my musical goals as well as my other goals, I realized there are a few songs in my past that I was forced to release in order to meet some quota, but I'm never happy about. This was one of them. And this is the whole entire idea of revisiting some of my old demons in order to recreate them. It's not just rehashing my old ideas because I'm out of ideas. It is because I need some closure on them. And this in effect is the story of how all of this came to be. The new version of Elyse, which has the original, the correct, perfect 100% lyrics in it, is one of my really most personal lyrics. I love it so much. And other than one show, anytime I played any show, this has always been on the set list. I have over 100 songs, but this is one of the songs that I always play. And I think if I have another show, hopefully I will soon, I'm gonna play even a cooler version of it, if that's even possible. And so I when I wanted to film this video, I thought about so many different angles to talk about the song. But I think this is the most to the point, because I don't want to lecture people about artistry, narcissism, blah, 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 the desire of creating your own immortal, eternal self to continue. These are not the things that I would like to discuss, because first, I don't really understand them. Second, this is a story of a song. I really hope if you have watched the lyrics video, if you've listened to the song, you've enjoyed it. And like I said, some of the songs, you as an artist, you hide yourself a little bit in and release it because it's a cool idea to share your insanity with the world. Some of the songs, you hide a lot of yourself in it, and I think Elyse is one of those that I've hidden a lot of myself in, and I'm really happy about. Really, really, really happy about. And I think I should travel to Paris. We'll see. So if you're still watching the video, I hope this one was interesting. I love talking about my songs more than playing them. Teacher, guilty as charged. But the next song is already in pre-production. I'm gonna share more about about the song and its ideas soon. And I'll be seeing you very soon. Stay safe, stay sane, and yeah, take care. Peace.
Pour toi, je crée des histoires, je crée un monde et je ne laisse personne entrer. À toi, je promets le monde, je promets le ciel, je te promets tout ce que tu désires tous les jours. Je te chanterai ta